This story is going to be about the Ouija board experience that I've had. This particular one is about one with my sister and me, who were in the kitchen at the time with the Ouija board. We took it out and we were deciding that we were going to ask the Ouija board a bunch of questions, like normal questions that teenagers would ask the board. I think I was 16 or 17 at the time. I may have been 15, not exactly sure. It's been a while. Anyway, we were sitting there asking it questions like how long we're going to live, or how many kids we're going to have, if we're going to have a house with a white picket fence, that sort of thing. And while we were playing with it, the planchette went off the edge of the board, which we didn't know that was a bad thing. We also didn't know that using it in your own house is also a bad thing. We didn't read directions very well, evidently, at the time. At this moment, the dog that we had that was in the kitchen got very scared and ran into his dog crate and started to whimper and whine. He made a lot of ruckus. I told him to be quiet and knock it off because I didn't understand why he was so afraid. We decided to look at the births and deaths in the paper. I know, right? I don't know what inspired us to do it. It was just something we decided to do. And as we were looking through the paper, a cap fell onto the paper. I looked at it. I had no idea what it was. So I just went, that's weird. And I threw it over my shoulder without realizing what it was too. And all of a sudden we heard, woo, woo, woo. And it turned out it was the glass shade cover to the light above us. The glass shade hovered in the air like really weird. It came down really slow instead of just dropping down, which it should have did. It didn't. It was spinning quite fast. And it came at us, and I put my hand in the way, and it cut my hand. And we ran out of the room to my neighbor's house and told him what happened. He thought we were crazy, and he saw blood on my hand and cleaned my hand off, and there was no wound there. So we went back to the house, and he said we were just being hysterical and that we needed to calm down. So we went back to the house. By now, the light shade was sitting on the newspaper that we had been looking at, which again was odd because we weren't directly under the light. We were kind of more to the side of it. Anyway, when my parents got home, we showed them what happened. They didn't believe me, and the glass lid shattered in my hands. My mom said that I probably smashed it on something on the table. I was careful not to do that, but she said I did, and I know for a fact that I didn't. So to this day, I believe it was a spirit messing around with it. And to this day, my parents' house is haunted.